welcome to today's episode of Real Talk. And before we start, you know what I like to do. I always like to spend some time just in silence, a quick moment in silence. It helps me, and also we send out healing energy to everyone who may be listening that is going through something. So let's just take a moment, stop, and send each other some positive healing energy. All right. Tonight's topic is the Great Divide. And for most of those who don't know me, whenever I speak, I always consult Spirit so that the message I bring is really not from me, but I'm just a vessel. So when I talked to Spirit and was getting guidance on what to talk about, the topic came to me, the Great Divide. And I thought, the Great Divide, what does that mean? I didn't even understand what it meant. And I scratched my head talking about the Great Divide. What is the Great Divide? What kind of message is that to bring to people? Was I ever wrong? There is such a great divide in our country, and it is a great divide all over the world. We are divided by religion, the Catholics versus the Baptists, the Episcopalians versus this group. So we are divided by religion. We are also divided by gender. And the more it began to come to me, I thought, wow, we are truly a divided nation. We're divided in our political affiliations, the Democrats versus the Republicans versus the whoever. We are also divided by the neighborhoods that we live in. Some of us think that because we live in a real exclusive neighborhood and we have these $200,000 and $300,000 homes, that it makes us better than our lower counterparts. So we are divided by that too. We are even divided by our skin tone. Often, and a lot of this goes back to slavery, and I'm sure beyond, where the light skin was pitted against the dark skin, the house Negro versus the field Negro. And I did not want to say the other word, but I could have. So it started back then, and we became jealous of a status. We also, what divides us is our education. Some of us think that because we have so many degrees, it makes us better than somebody who doesn't have a degree. We are divided by gender, men versus the women versus the men, the pride people versus the people who aren't pride. We're divided by class. We're divided by heights. The tall people versus the dark people. We're divided by a lot of women. We're divided by our breast size. Those of us who have big breasts. Talk about the ones who have little breasts. So we are constantly divided. And one of the biggest ways that they have us divided now is with this vaccine. The vaccinated people versus the unvaccinated people. We are even divided by the single people versus the married people, or those that have a mate versus those that don't have a mate. We are divided by the schools that our children attend. We are divided by the type of shoes that we put on our feet. Red bottoms, the women who can afford red bottoms versus the people who can't. My child wears Nike and your child doesn't. We are divided. So what happens with all of this division is it has us hating on each other. And we hate on each other because we think I'm the enemy. I think you're the enemy. And that is exactly the game that the enemy plays. People, it pits us against each other. And the more we fight and pull, work against each other and not come together, that is the great divide. And what Spirit said to me is all of this division is killing us. We have got to come together. And if we don't start coming together, things are really going to get worse because we're just falling into their little trap, and you know who they are. I can't really just say who they are, but you have to know who they are. And they continue to play these mind games with us, putting us against each other, which causes all of this division. So then it began to make sense to me why there is the great divide. They are the real enemy. They are the real enemy. And we are not the enemy, but again, they have us believing my brother is the enemy, my sister is the enemy, this person is the enemy. They just have us all confused in our minds as to who the real enemy is when it is them. And I will tell you right now, these people sit in boardrooms. They take trips together because this country is really run by the 1%. And the rest of us are just peons. But we do have power, which we don't use simply because we are divided. Once we recognize that there is power in us coming together versus separating, they don't want that because we would be unstoppable. And as a race of people, our buying power is in the billions every year. And what do we get for it? Absolutely nothing. I can't remember who sang that song, but it says, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Well, the war is this division, how they play the games and constantly keep us divided and fighting each other. We're so busy looking at each other and thinking, you know, girl, she said this here. I don't like her. Oh, he did this to me. That nigga must be crazy. That bitch, I don't know who she thinks she is. We got to stop all of that bad mouthing our brother, our sister again, because they are not the real enemy. And in the games of war, which they play on your mind, and one of the ways that they play this game is by TV. I don't watch TV. I don't own a TV. I do not sit in front of the TV and listening to that garbage all day long. I know my brother is not the enemy. I know my sister is not the enemy. I know who the real enemy is. And we've been hoodwinked for a long time. And it's time for us to stand up, claim our power back, and to unite as one, and to stop all of this stupid bickering, putting people down, you know, and just constant division in the workplace. This group over here gets special privileges and this don't. Division in the schools where you have, the honor roll students versus the non-honor roll students. And maybe those non-honor roll students could be on the honor roll if somebody would just take the time to work with those students. Your skin color does not make you superior to somebody whose skin is darker than yours. Your hair, whether it be down your back, straight, curly, or kinky, you are just like everybody else. It doesn't make you any better. But you have people walking around here, ooh, I got a Corvette, baby. I drive a Mercedes. Division. We got to stop focusing, like I said, on the dumb, stupid stuff and start really focusing on ways that we can all come together and change. Find a cause, find something that you can do. I mean, give money to an organization, get out and find something you can do to help somebody. Start loving on people, start loving on yourself, and stop thinking that you are so much better than somebody else because of what you have. All of us are nothing but a little minute peon in the big picture. And all of us together, working together, we can change something, but you got to stop being so scared. Back away from that TV. Quit listening to all of that garbage. Learn to read, research, get out and love on some people. Forgive your brother, forgive your sister. And really, that is the message that Spirit gave to me. The division has got to stop. All of this stupid division, the things that we do to each other, simply because we have been programmed. We have been programmed to think a certain way. We have been programmed to speak a certain way. And some of us are divided by, ooh, he speaks eloquently. what is eloquently? You know, what is it? Hell, I'm speaking eloquently. Oh, his voice sounds. I'm just grateful I can even make a sound. So be grateful for what you have. And when it comes to you two, stop looking at other people as though those people are superior to you simply because of how they dress, how they act, what they say. Because again, in the realm of it all of us are just one small, minute particle in the big picture. It's time for all of this division to stop. It is time for us to get our minds right. And I know it's going to take work because some of us, I know for me, I'm still working on me. And a lot of us have been so programmed to just believe whatever they say. We don't go and fact check it. We don't go and read about it. We don't research nothing. We just, yeah, he said, he said she got this. Oh, you know what, girl, I wouldn't live in that neighborhood. I wouldn't go to that church. Ooh, no, I wouldn't drive that car. Look at them shoes she got on. Girl, that hair so kinky. Ooh, honey, she is bald-headed, baby. Look at them glasses she got on. Division, 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 division. And I'm not going to keep you long tonight, but again, all of this division has got to stop. It's time for us to unite, come together, stop hating on each other. And if you have to hate, then you hate the real enemy. Fight the real enemy. Think of things that you can do to help your brother and your sister instead of division, backbiting, gossiping, pulling somebody down. Think of ways that you can do to improve, because all of us can improve. And with that being said, again, we've got to unite. And I'm not sure how that is going to come about. And we've got to start recognizing who the real enemy is, especially today in 2021. They are playing so many mind games on us that it's really dividing us, especially with this vaccine. The unvaccinated versus the vaccinated. You know, if you're vaccinated, more power to you. If you are unvaccinated, I salute you too, because I respect people's decision. But again, research, because there's a lot of lies out here being told. And by the time that we, as a race of people, realize that we've been hoodwinked again with all of these lies, it is going to be too late. Pay attention, people, pay attention. The enemy, and you know who the real enemy is not your friend, especially people of color. We know they're not our friend. So again, stop falling for all the little bullshit games that they play, and stop believing everything that comes out of their mouth without question. And with that, we need to unite and stop all of this fear, because they know if they can keep us divided and keep us, I'm not afraid, but if they can keep you afraid, whoever may be afraid, not everybody is afraid, but they know too that they got you. So again, stop living in fear and stop being so divided. And with that being said, this has been a word of wisdom from Queen with Real Talk. And there is more coming. Intimate Talks is starting next month, where we are going to talk intimately, ladies, about things that we really don't talk about, but we should talk about. And again, nobody is going to be left behind. There is no division in Real Talk. And with that being said, I am out of here. Namaste. Thank you for joining my live tonight. And please visit my YouTube channel, Real Talk with Queen. Real Talk with Queen. Real Talk, R-E-E-L, Talk with Queen on YouTube. Thank you. Namaste. And thank you to everyone that listened to me tonight. Stay tuned because more topics are coming. Some really juicy, hot stuff. All right, Real Talk with your girl, Queen.